Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie, and my amazing friend Lisa Marree. She is a regular, but you don't want to miss any of these episodes. So make sure share this out, let people know. Here we go. Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. You know, I'm so thankful and blessed you're here today. And I want to start right off today by thanking our amazing, wonderful sponsors, Kicking Cancer and the Alzheimer's Association and ACMG Digital. So today, Kicking Cancer is out there supporting and helping families and individuals going through cancer. For more information on them, you can go to kickin-cancer.org. They are an amazing organization with my friend Baron Robinson. Then the Alzheimer's Association, incredible group, goes all over the world, but they have a local chapter in your area. You need to look that up and find out about the Walk to End Alzheimer's. Go to www.alz.org and you can find out how to give to them and how to get involved. And finally, ACMG Digital, acmgdigital.com, all the information on them, how they can help get your business more visible today. So I want to thank them so much. We are also, as I always say, listener supported. So if you feel so blessed and want to bless our ministry and our actual broadcasts, we would love that. We survive on sponsors and listeners being able to put this out there, get amazing people like Lisa Marree on. And so would love for you to be part of that. You can scan that QR code or go to the link in the comments. We'd love for you to be part of that today. So anyway, so glad to have you here. It's going to be an amazing Thursday. I'm telling you, you know, I always love this show is every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And I love Mondays and Thursdays the same, but you know, Thursdays, you've already got to enjoy a lot of your week, and that's a real blessing. So anyway, we're so glad that you're here today. And I just want to remind you what we are all about here. So we're all about how amazing people connect. And of course, Lisa Marree is one of those people. And, you know, the way that we connect and build community really influences everything that we do. And so I just love the chance to have so many of my amazing friends come on and give so much value to you. And so I'm so thankful that Lisa's here today. But that's what we're all about, you know, and because it's about connection, of course, I love to connect. Go to russhedge.com to connect with me. If you know my name, Russ Hedge, just put a .com after it. You're all set. Go straight to my website. There you go. Say the right words, to my website with all the information about me. It's a one-stop shop. Everything that you need, how to connect with me, all the things that I do, my inspirational speaking, my marketing coaching, my live stream producing, all of that is available there. And if you have any questions, you get a hold of me on that and connect directly with me. In fact, you can schedule time right on my calendar. I'd love to chat with you if you have time for that. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube page. It's growing all the time. And you know what? If you know the name of the show, you know how to get there. Marketingwithruss.live is where you go to get to my YouTube page. That's right, marketingwithruss.live. Super simple. In fact, right now, as I take a drink of water, you can go up, open a tab, and actually subscribe today. Much better. So Also, want to remind you, if you would please be so kind, share this out, tag your friends. That would be amazing. Let people know that we're on, because so many people get busy in their morning. I get that. And they just need a little friendly reminder that, hey, Marketing with Russ is on. Lisa Marree is on. You do not want to miss it. So, all right. So that's coming up. Also, don't forget, you get copies of my book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, my other anthology collaborative books that are number one on Amazon, international bestsellers, all available there. Um, and they are available at russhedge.com, of course. Why not? And you go to Amazon or any online bookseller as well, get a copy of that today. So, so thankful that I have the opportunity to encourage you through written form. And so it's just been a blessing. And I just love that. Also, every Monday and Thursday, we do our marketing tip of the day. This gets cut out, put on YouTube Shorts, gets put on all social media separately. So you can share this out all by itself. You can share it with your friends. So I would love for you to do that. And so we're going to get today's marketing tip going. This is just meant to encourage you, inspire you, just to be a little better with your life and your marketing and your business and all that you're doing. Because, you know, some of these simple truths we look past, and we got to remember how important some of the little things are that are not so little after all. So here we go. Are you ready? Here we go. All right. This is your marketing tip of the day. Choose joy. That's right. Choose joy. You need to live joyfully. You need to choose to get out there and enjoy what you're doing, because you know what? No one else is going to do it for you. And if you hate your job and you hate what you do, and it just really is a drudgery for you, you're not going to be very good at it. You're not going to be very productive. You're not going to enjoy your life in general. And that is so critical to your long-term success, no matter what you're doing in just your personal life, in your business life. If no matter what you're doing in life, you have to enjoy what you're doing. So, but you got to choose it. You got to get out there each day, have a good, positive mindset, be looking at life with a good perspective, be thinking positive thoughts and enjoying your life. And you know what? The alternative to that is not so good. So I just want to encourage you today. Choose joy, get out there, enjoy what you do, have fun with life. And that is your marketing tip of the day. All right, there we go. So that'll get cut out, put out separately. And we're going to get Lisa Marree in the room and get this party started. All right, here we go. Hey, Lisa.
Let's get this party started.
It is so great to see you. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. Thank you, Russ. And how are you, my friend?
I am doing very good. Thank you. Much better. And I'm just blessed by God and thankful. So yes. And you know, I love our chats, but you know, there's probably one or two people out there that still have not seen one. So give everybody an update. Who in the world is Lisa Marree and what are you up to?
Thank you. Lisa Marree has many hats. However, to keep things really simple, like Russ, as you see my website there, lisamarree.com, RREE, by the way. I have been a scientist for over 30 years and a holistic nutrition and fitness coach for about 20 years. So from that perspective, I am really gifted with the knowledge of both East and West. And so I combine that into how I help people. And I predominantly help women in my beautiful chapter of life, which is menopause and beyond, because I'm 50 something. But I have a metabolic age of 34, so I'm pretty pleased about that. So I really help people become limitless and understand that they are they're in charge of their health, they're in charge of their future. And your marketing tip, Russ, choose joy, is really the way I help people reframe their whole life. So, you know, I help people transform their health, their mindset, that literally their entire life, and become a powerful creator of what they want with their health, their future, their family, their career. Everything it's all connected, and you're the master connector. So you you have the beautiful ability of bringing all the people with all those skills together as well to help teach the audience.
Well, and that's what I love too, because there's so many things that I'm not really good at. And I have so many amazing friends like you that are really good at a lot of things, and I just love what you said, bringing things together and getting people to focus on, really what's important in life is so important, and how much it can affect. I learned through my cancer journey how much your perspective and mindset can affect your actual health in your body. And it's amazing. People say, oh, that's not true. That's a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Well, I can tell you that it is a proven fact scientifically that the way you think, and it definitely affects your body. And
Yes.
My doctors, like I've told you before, number one thing they said to me was, the number one thing going for you is your positive attitude. And so I think people kind of sell that short, don't they?
Oh, 100%. Like, I'm going to get really nerdy with you for a moment of the scientist in me. Is that my role was actually working in on hematology oncology. So you know that area very well, Russ.
Yes.
And so I looked down a microscope looking at human cells. And we can see healthy cells and we can see diseased cells. And if you go way beyond what's inside of the cell, it's its whole little universe of energy, of systems, of metabolism, and go beyond that to the smallest pieces of a cell, and we're talking about atoms, and then beyond that is energy. So we're electromagnetic. We can measure that. We measure our EEG, our ECG, CAT scans, PET scans. All these things are based on the electromagnetism
Right.
of a human. And the earth is magnetic. And so when we understand magnets, you keep thinking, stinking thinking, negative, angry thoughts, woe is me, why does this always happen to me, why am I always sick? You're literally sending out that energy, and you may as well pick up what is on your timeline right now and put that into the future. You're going to keep creating the same energetic footprint. Sorry, I'm really going nerdy here with a little bit of quantum in there.
No, it's good.
And you're creating your miserable future. Unless you reframe and change your mindset, the cells in your body will not change. They respond to this loop that you're stuck in. Okay, I'm off my soapbox now.
No, I love that, because see that all of that, I need people like you to explain that stuff to me. I mean, you always teach me new things every time. But you're so right. And something I do know is that you find what you look for. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy when you talk about yourself. If
Yes.
you say I'm a loser and I'm no good, guess what? You're going to live like a loser and like someone who's no good. If you're going to say, I have a lot of value, I'm a good person, and I can help people, guess what? That's what you're going to end up doing, because you are speaking it into existence in a sort, because you're sending yourself that direction. You're kind of saying, all right, here we go, Russ. This is what I want to do. And you're going to say this and really speak this out and really believe this. And then guess what? You're going to naturally start taking actions that lead you that direction. It's not some magical formula. It's not some mumbo jumbo poof magic. It's like, no, you're choosing by each little thing you do to start taking steps, go in the direction that you're thinking about.
Yes.
And I love what Craig Groeschel says in his book, and I've said it a million times: change your thinking, change your life. You change the way you think, you will change the way you live, period. Right?
Yes, yes. And that's always what Jim Rohn taught us as well. The master philosopher of getting your beep together. So we can make our life miserable, or we can make it magnificent. And even when you're saying, oh, I feel so tired today, Or you could say, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I know I'm going to feel better than today.
Right.
Even that expression in itself, energy is so sensitive. You can actually feel it rise to something positive, even just saying that. But you've got to really live that way of catching yourself before you say something negative, to
Yes.
think for a moment, how can I actually reframe that and turn it into, I'm moving towards wellness, I'm moving towards better energy. And it's a habit. How we speak and how we think is a habit. And so I was part of a workshop, and with a high level leader, and he said that he went to a workshop where they put an elastic band around your wrist, and if you say something negative, you got to snap yourself, like bang. And he said, very shortly, as soon as I was about to say something, I realized I had to inflict pain on myself. and so that's called pattern interrupt. It's a real thing, because we
Yeah.
have to interrupt the nervous system transmission, which literally happens faster than the speed of light.
Right.
And if you break that pattern, then you're actually creating a new habit. And so think of, maybe not inflict pain on yourself, but that's a really simple, easy one. Or have a swear jar, or
Right. Well, I love that what you're saying too, because even the most positive people, I catch myself, and my beautiful wife catches me saying things that aren't always, they're just really minor little things. Sometimes negativity can come in just accepting things and taking ownership of something that's not yours. For example, when I am talking about the cancer that I'm going through, if I happen to say my cancer, my wife will stop me and she goes, "It's not your cancer." She goes, "You need to change that." And I've even put that in a post, and she calls me and says, "You need to change your post. You need to change what it says. It's not your cancer." Because you just get stuck in
yeah,
this wording, and even when you don't mean it as a negative thing, it is, because you're still taking, it's just one little itty bitty step at a time. When you're
yes,
taking ownership of things that are not good, that are not yours, that it drags you down, and you got to make sure that you're looking at that. So now, on the good side of me, which I love to do, and normally I'm this way, when negative things happen, the first words out of my mouth normally are, "Well, the good news is we're still alive. We didn't, the car is still drivable. Whatever happened." Because there's always something good in everything that happens, even in horrible situations. And if we
yes.
think that way and rephrase it, then it makes a huge difference in how we think about it, and then how we go from there, right?
Always, always. There, there's the saying that there's always a lesson in the crappy stuff. And when you're really in the thick of it, and you're suffering, and there could be so much tragedy around you, and so forth and so forth. But as you've mentioned many times, Russ, through your cancer treatment journey, you have, gosh, the people that you've met, the experiences that you've had, like they have no doubt to a big degree been life-changing in many things about wisdom, philosophy, the meaning of life, and all of those things. And you would not have gathered those incredible experiences if you were not going through this traumatic time.
Yep.
And
That's right.
it's always, when you become still and quiet enough to realize the blessings in those horrific moments. Like my past is a train wreck on many levels, and I, to this day, will say I would not change a thing. And because it's made me the person who I am, to be so incredibly, oh, I'm getting emotional. Jim Rohn always said, it's not what you get, it's who you become. And the fact that I can pay that forward and help impact, not me change people's lives, give people the tools to change their own life and empower themselves so they
Right.
don't have to live that way anymore.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And I love that. It's not the things that happen to you in our circumstances, because our circumstances do not define who we are, but it's who you become and where you go from there. It's the perspective you have in life. Like I talk about, the power of perspective on life is that things aren't always great. And I think that this is important for people to remember. My opinion is that you can have a good perspective on life, and you can be a positive person, and you can realize there's a time not to be okay. There's a time that you need to rest and stop what you're doing. There's a time to cry. There's a time to be sad. Those things are okay. It's just not staying in negative circumstances and not taking those onto you personally, realizing it's something that you have to go through, because we all have to go through many challenging situations. I mean, I say it all the time. God told us we were not going to have a perfect life. We have to go through challenges. It's just the way things go, right? And it's important to realize that's okay. But when you look at it in the whole, with a good perspective that things are going to get better, I've made it through 100% of my worst days. I'm moving forward, and I'm going to choose to make things better as I go, instead of sitting in all of this that's happening now. Give myself a moment and then move on. And I think people sometimes get stuck in that, or they say, oh, things are just bad and you don't understand. Well, we all have bad stuff. I mean, I think we understand.
Yeah, yeah, I agree totally. I'd love to give you an example about good energy, that literally when you're in flow, when that is the way of your life, magic happens every single day. I have this beautiful new chair that I got yesterday that I had to flat pack. You get the little Allen key out and put it all together. But it was a massive box. But my existing office chair, hydraulics were still great on it. It was just the fabric had been a little bit worn. And because people have been so beautifully generous to me when times have been tough, I always think, I can give this chair back to the op shops, the charity shops, so somebody else can I'm sure I'm passing the love forward, rather than me putting it on Marketplace and trying to sell it for $25 or whatever.
Right.
And so when I wheeled this, like, it was an enormous box, huge, very awkward to even try and pick up for one person. I wheeled it out to the car park, and as I was starting to open the boot up on my car, because I'd literally just dropped my chair off to donate it, and this young girl, a father and daughter, were parking the car. Young girl, well, she must have been a teenager, but tattoos, earrings out of her nose and her face, and and she stuck her head out the car door window and said, "Can I come and help you put that into your car?" And I went, "Oh, that would be amazing." I said, "It's not heavy, it's just really awkward." And so she hopped out of the car, helped me, and then Dad hopped out of the car. He was a rough-looking chap, tattoos from head to toe. And he said very politely, he said, "Can I wheel your trolley back in for you?" And I said, "Oh, that would be amazing." And so I acknowledge those little magic moments, because I had just done, not that I expect things in return. I never do it through that place of giving. But I just thought that was just so beautiful for that to happen. I think as a consequence of my good energy out, I get good energy back straight up.
I agree. I mean, I definitely agree that you get back what you give out, for sure. And yeah, what a blessing that is, and the fact that being able to accept that too, because you don't want to rob other people of the blessing when they get out and want to help you. That's a wonderful thing, and it is part of this, I think, the cycle of life. When you give out and then you're that way to people, that's what you're going to attract back. It's true. So, okay. Listen, we're already.
Just
we're already.
quickly though.
Oh
on
no,
that
go
note,
for it.
on that note, Russ, there's two parts to that message. That was a do not judge what people look like, because their heart inside is not a reflection of their external appearance. And the other thing is, as I was getting to my car, once upon a time, I could not receive, and I would have said, no, thank you, it's okay, and struggle myself. But this is a huge moment when you can actually stop being just a giver, and start receiving. That is the cycle of the universal energy, the God energy, the love energy.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that. I mean, there was a time when I was good at giving out, but not good at receiving. And this whole cancer journey has changed that for sure. When you really can't do things and you really need help, it makes a big difference. But no, I think that's the harder lesson to learn. It's harder to receive sometimes than to give out. I mean, it is. So, and I'm just thankful to God every day for the rough times that I would not change, because it's taught me so much and has also allowed me to bless so many other people, right? We learn, and just like you said, who we become and where we go I've been given those opportunities because of what happened to me. So, well, Lisa, listen, it's shocking, but we're already getting to the point we have to start getting to the end of the episode today. But I want to give you a little bit more time here to wrap it up with whatever your final comments are, your gold nugget of the day, and then tell everybody how to get in touch with you.
My gold nugget of the day is really the essence of what today has been about, is that just be very aware of your self-talk and how you speak out loud as well. And if it's not serving you, and if your life is not where you're at, that is one of the first places to start. So change your mindset, change your life. That's literally, it's not a cliche. It's a true thing. And where you can find me is lisamarree.com. RRE. And I'm also available on LinkedIn under the same name. Thank you.
Awesome. Yes. And the LinkedIn has been scrolling along the bottom. All the other information is in the comments and the show notes, everybody. So you can make it. You just click on it and go straight to Lisa. There you go. So as always, amazing. Thank you so much. You're such a blessing. And until next time, which will be soon, we'll see you soon. And I'm going to send you the green room, but hang tight for just a sec. All right.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Oh, Lisa's so great. Listen, great information for you. Things that you need to take heart and listen to, right? So the way you're thinking that's going to drive your life. So start being positive. Start putting some good energy towards the things you really want to do with your life. And it's more important about not the things that are happening to you, but who you're becoming through situations, good and bad. I love that. So anyway, until we see you again, which is every Monday, Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time here on Marketing with Russ. Have a blessed and amazing week. Well, I guess we're close to the end of the week, but have a blessed and amazing time. We'll see you soon. Thanks again, everybody. All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.